The rocket is completed and the shrink ray is charged and ready to go. Yes! But the only problem is that I've discovered that Vector has his rocket ready as well.
Aww.
But you could still make it to the moon first, if you hurry.
Yay!
Of course, that may be difficult because the lab defenses have been activated. Again.
Aww.
You see, the inverse calibration on the main stage flux chillers backfired when the system was purged, causing a massive feedback loop in the compensator.
Yeah!
What? Oh. Ah! It means the game designers always make the last level the hardest! Just go and get to the rocket before Vector does!
Yeah!
Alright. Last level, baby. See if we can get through it pretty quick. Okay, so Gru's in the costumes, but why isn't the Minions in the costume? That's weird. Wonder why that won't work. Gru's in his costume. The fuck, the little robot heads.
This is happening a lot. There's a tutorial for you who can't quite get.
Dear God!
What?
How many more levels to go?
Dear God!
The f
Okay, once again from the top.
Magneton!
Oh my god, it's a magnet gun.
Oh, great! Here we go again.
Magneton!
Alright. I need my brain to work a little bit more than 2%.
Dear God!
Hold on. Then what's down here? The minion we can bully.
You'd
Or
think
kill.
I'd quit after I did that a few times.
Yeah, or we just kill him, you know, whatever. I like that. You think they'd quit after I did that to them a few times. So, yeah, it's fun.
Oh!
Vector, is that you controlling me? This life is trying to make the result glamorous.
Oh, come on. I barely touched it.
This is better than not. Oh my god.
Okay, what kills the tanks then?
This is ceasing to be fast.
Oh, shit.
None of my blueprints cover that contingency.
Okay. The spider gun.
Careful.
web gun, whatever they want to call it.
Web gun. Excellent.
Okay. Pretty easy. Just gotta use a little bit of brain power, you know what I mean? Turn around, little fuckhead. Hey, when that happens. Alright. Fairly simple. I'm not gonna get 100% in Gru's lab because I did miss one minion.
I am no art critic, but I know what I like.
Now, why would you destroy your own stuff, you know?
That's beautiful. This is dangerous. I need a better agent.
Alright. Ice cube on the last one, then ice cube down here. Hey, wait, he's got... Okay. Wonder why it took them so long to, like, get their costumes together. Like, wonder why they didn't have them earlier. You know? Because I went through the costumes and I selected. Maybe I didn't confirm it
Oh,
or
this
something
looks
stupid.
tricky. Oops. So much for that.
All right. Simple enough. Probably didn't need to use the blueprint on it. Alright, this thing. I went a little too fast with that one. That one was simple enough, right? Easy. Hook down, hook up. I mean, yeah, fairly simple, fairly easy. These puzzles are like, other than like that one, like these puzzles have been really simple. Like really, really simple.
Oh, like you could do better.
As long as me out, we're just gonna be just shy of 100 on Bruce Lab. Yep, we missed the one minion.
Watch it.
I didn't even look ahead, I just went straight for it. Just like, yeah, this is what we're supposed to do.
More stuff. I like stuff.
In between the blades. This last level is supposed to be like the hardest levels. Actually pretty easy. Been around here, boy.
Just what I wanted.
It is so hard to like precision aim where that needs to be. Oh, come on.
This was not in the plan.
I wish there was a way you could break it. Like, you know what I mean? Like the wind can break the spider web, the magnet can break the ice can break the wind. You know what I mean? Like, come on! It was facing the other way when it hit it. It turned over after it was webbed. I'm almost positive of it. I have to try to check the instant replay on that one.
Thank you.
Hold on, there's this minion. Oh, the minion fought back.
Very nice. Fun.
Well, we hit 99. Ooh. Well, just getting right in the middle of that, huh? I think I had a bad shot.
Oh, scary.
Hey, there's our rocket, baby.
Okay, this is it. Next stop, the moon.
Ay, kapaputo.
Oh, Dave, how many times have I told you to take care of that before the level starts?
No.
No, not now. You will have to wait until we get there.
Patatama, atato, oso kalamesi.
All right. Let's see what happens.
Vector is ahead of you, Drew. You must stay with him, or all is lost.
All right.
Oh, too slow.
Just what I needed.
Yeah, I don't have to destroy everything.
Weird, all this stuff is floating out here. Jump on!
Come on, shoot him down already.
Yeah, we got ourselves a checkpoint.
Ah, here. Keep them coming.
I lost him.
Weird, all this stuff is floating out here.
Cool. I like this. Floating.
It's like a whole completely different game now. I know I can do the barrel rolls. You know? It's like a whole completely different thing.
Almost there. Prepare to eat my spice dust, Vector. The moon is mine.
Who's the sucker now, Gru? And who's not the sucker? Me! Oh yeah!
This is not good. Control, this is Gru. Mayday, I need help now.
Oh no!
Random reference.
Hello, back in the lab. Someone gets a moment. Could I have a little help here, please?
Eh? Oh, sorry about that, Crew. A minor distraction. Your course should be corrected now.
Yes, but no, it can't be.
Oh yeah, who's got the moon now? Me! Vector, that's who! Best villain ever! Oh yeah!
No, no. Vector's taking the moon. I worked so hard, played so many levels. I can't let him have it.
Crew, you can still stop him. I've sent a signal to reverse your shrink ray. If you get there quickly...
I am on it.
Come to Vector, you beautiful little...
Are you just standing out in the middle of the...
Did not see that coming.
Just standing out in the middle of the base? No spacesuit, no nothing?
In the first lunar eclipse, huh? This guy, that's gonna be famous.
13th man on the moon.
Yeah, no spacesuit.
Yeah.
Also, game over. Also, we didn't get the moon. That was our whole point, was to steal the moon. Instead, we just reversed the sizo so Vector wouldn't have it. They gave us the 100% on Gru's lab anyway. Okay, cool. I guess it's gonna give it to me anyway. I'll take it. But yeah, like the whole thing with, I guess it's it. Let's pause. Let's mute this so I don't get copyright on that. But like, yeah, the whole story was to steal the moon, right? To get the plane, I mean, to get the rocket to the moon, and Vector just beats us to it. And so instead of just instead of still stealing the moon, we just foil Vector's plan. Outside of that, I know I got frustrated at a lot of parts, but I did honestly really enjoy this. This was actually a lot of fun. I think some of the puzzles are a little too convoluted, at least for my pea brain. You know what I mean? I think like there's several times where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, I don't have an inkling of an idea of like what I really should be doing to get to the end step. And I that's probably why they probably, you know what, I probably was like going through, did the puzzles and was like, oh yeah, we didn't do a very good job like setting this game up. So it's like, let's put that in the blueprints, like just as a cheat guide to it. And even then, sometimes like the communication in this game is bad, right? The communication is just bad in this game. Because it's like, yeah, you can go, all right, cool. Like, I have this little blueprint, and then I'm like, wait, what do I do? What does this symbol mean? And it was another thing was like, did we miss a level? Because it had a checkpoint, like an explanation point, but we went in to look at character costumes, and then that explanation point went away. We missed one of the minions, but we still got 100%. We 100% every level. Despicablenesses. So that was also a little weird. But I did like the game. Like the platforming was fun and challenging at times. Platforming is personally where I like the hardest difficulty. I can get red hot from it, but in terms of a temper. But I do like, that's like the kind of like challenge that I want when I play a game. I do like platforming challenges, and there's legitimately a couple of instances here where it is brutal. There are a couple instances where it is a little brutal to get through it. Also on top of that, the puzzles themselves sometimes were fun, sometimes not. Every level being structured the same way definitely made it feel monotonous toward the end, where, you know, you have a section where you platform, then a puzzle section, then you get your piece, and then hold on, let's rephrase that. You have a platform section, a despicable section, a puzzle section, a despicable section, and then a platform section to end out the course. The game did try to vary it up with a little bit of flying levels that I personally thought were probably the weakest part of the game, especially because like they ended up becoming pretty repetitious after a while. But also, I didn't like how the controls were on it. It's not horrendous when it comes to the flying, but it's not great either. It's like a really mid to kind of bad flying mechanic. The actual game in terms of platforming, like, yeah, Gru is really floaty, but it was fine. Like, you definitely get used to it, and it was fine. Some of the platforming courses were fun, kind of exciting. The puzzles were fun. I did like the puzzles. Some of them were annoying. Some of them I really enjoyed. Some of them I literally was like, I don't even know like what they're even asking me to do here. Like, I don't understand what the end goal is. And I'm not saying like every game needs to like hold your hand to go through it, but like this game is like basically setting up puzzles under the assumption that you know how some of these mechanics work without ever showing you or explaining the mechanics to you. And so you're just kind of like left with a guessing game. But, you know, you end up getting there. It's not a very deep set of different mechanics and different combos you can do. It's pretty simple. So with that, you know, it's pretty like standard to like figure out and to figure out how to do it. But it did get, you know, start to get a little repetitious. I would say I'm going on about 2 hours and 20 minutes right now. So for me, it took me about close to 5 hours. Took me close to 5 hours to beat the game. The story, I actually really like the story. One of the reasons why I gave Kung Fu Panda a watch it instead of a watch it and play it, even though I thought the game was semi-decent, was because I really didn't like the story and how they handled it when Kung Fu Panda. This, I kind of like the story. Instead of trying to just straight up rewrite the first movie, where it, you know, it ties, like Kung Fu Panda's whole thing was it ties in with the first movie and tries to like rewrite it to justify the game, where this one decided to just scrap the movie, basically take just cliff notes of the story beats, and was like, you know what, we're just going to set up a game where you go through, you collect pieces for the rocket, and we'll kind of mimic the showdown at the end. We'll show you some of the characters from the movie, and that's it. They didn't even bother trying to do the girls, which I thought actually worked out fairly well in this game. I do kind of wish, like, why couldn't this just been like a prequel story? Why did we have to throw in Vector? But at the same time, the game does ignore enough of the film and kind of just do its own thing enough to not be distracting the entire game, which was one of my issues with Kung Fu Panda, was because where it's trying to rewrite the story, it's just distracting the entire game. That's not the case here. In this game, they were just like, hey, this is a game. You're doing these levels. We'll tie in a little bit. And I'm fine with that. It really just allows itself to just be a game with levels rather than even focus on a story. And I am someone who does like a story experience from a game, but I really do feel like coming into this game, like when they like were designing this game or making this game, they really were like, hey, we just want to have like some decent levels. Like, you know what I mean? And they just kind of threw the story off to the side, which is weird to say this, but I think it was kind of a benefit for this game to just do that. Gru, I like the fact that Gru will hound you, the player. I like the self-awareness, the fourth wall breaking in the game, I thought worked really well. And maybe that helped separate it from the movie in my head, especially, you know, help separate itself in terms of the story aspect too. I love how you use the minions in this game. The minions are my least favorite part of the whole Despicable Me universe. I just think they're annoying. And I like the fact that they're actually like useful here. I like the fact that you kind of just abuse them, which is kind of funny. I don't know if this is Steve Carell. I didn't pay attention to the credits. But if it's not Steve Carell, it sounds a whole lot like him. I doubt the booklet's going to tell me, right? Yeah, it's not going to tell me. But I do like that aspect of it. Graphics-wise, it's not a great-looking game by any means. Even like on PS2 standard, like, it's not a great-looking game. Like, in all honesty, it's not very good-looking. So, I don't know. Maybe if they would have actually committed to doing a PS3 release, it'd look a little bit better. I still think it's weird what consoles they released this on, I think is really strange. But outside all that, I do like the despicableness part. I thought, the animations during the despicable parts were just recycled left and right. However, like the end result was most of the time pretty clever and kind of funny. Not always, but sometimes there were, and got genuine laughs out of me. Like I said, I do like Gru hounding you, although he has like the same 7 phrases. And so after a while, when you're struggling apart, it's kind of irritating to hear Gru be like, "How long have you been playing video games?" And it's just like, shut up, Gru. That is a terrible Gru impression. Overall, though, I gotta be honest with you. I enjoyed this. I thought this was fun. I know I got like riled up, and I will say it was starting to overstay its welcome a little bit, because we do only have 3 areas. We have Gru's Lab that has 3 levels, the Evil Bank that has 4, and Vector that has 4. So without much variety, every level cosmetically was rinse and repeat. And there's even sections where I was like, this feels like the same puzzle or platforming section. So there is a lot of like repeat ideas that after a while I was like, all right, like we could explore or do something different a little bit better. I think the game really tries to maximize what little it has here. And I will say on that, detriment is like toward the back end of this game, I was like, all right, like let's move on. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting kind of bored and kind of fed up, but it did end right before that really set in. So yeah, not bad. I actually had a pretty good time with this one. So thanks. If you want to watch me play any games live, you want to head over to twitch.tv/cmix/ press that follow button, and maybe at some point I'll start dual streaming. I don't know. But for right now, that is this, and I will catch y'all later. Thanks, everybody. Bye.